A very good morning to Madam Umaima. So we group members are 2%, which is Sujashree, and one is Subramaniam. Her DDT, her metric card number is 25 DDT 19F2028, and myself, Tani Anaparumpan Maniwanan, and my metric card number is 25 DDT 19F2031. So here we are going to explain about our activity given by Madam, which is discuss and describe various types of life cycle models. So they got 9 types of life cycle models. Madam given us about extreme programming. So these are the content of our presenting, which is definition, 12 extreme programming practices, and the last one is stakeholder. So first is the definition about extreme programming. Software development discipline that organizes people to produce higher quality software more productively. Extreme means this practice get turned up to a much higher volume than one traditional project. So next, I pass to Sujashree to continue.
Okay, thank you, Tani. Okay, there are 12 XP practices. Okay, the first 6 I will be present, and then the last 6 will be present by Tani. Okay, the first thing is planning games. Okay, in XP, the main planning process is called planning game. There are 2 levels of plans in XP. Level 1 is release planning, and level 2 is it related planning. In the both level, there are 3 steps: exploration, commitments, and steering. The first phase, the first phases is releasing planning. The team and stockholder or customer collaborative decided what are the requirements and few furthers that can be delivered into production and when. This is done based on priority, capacity, estimation, and risk factors of the team to deliver. In the planning, the team will pick up the most valuable items from the list and break them down into a task, then estimate and commitments to delivering at the end of the process. Okay, the second thing is small release. Small release is a cross-functional teams in XP. Releases minimize viable product MVP frequently. Small releases also help them to break down complex models in a small chunk of code. This helps the developer teams as well as the one-side customer to demonstrate the product and focus only the least amount of work that has the highest priority. The third is metaphor. This is majorly connected with the user story. The story must be simple enough to be easily understood by a user and developer, and to relate it with the code. It could be a naming conjugation practice used in design and code to have a shared understanding between teams. For an example, order food is easily explained. This will be used to order food. It is for the team to relate it to the functionality of the particular component by just looking at its name. And then simple design. In the XP, the team will not do complex or big architecture design up front. Instead, the teams will start with a simple design and let it evolve or over a period of interaction. The code is frequently refactored so that it will be maintainable and free from technical debate. Simple design make the definition of done easier. Okay, and then test driven developer TDD. Here, write the unit test cases before starting the coding. The team automatic the unit test and it helped during the build and integrity stage. The main benefits of TDD is the programmer have to only write the code that pass the test. Basic steps of TDD. Write the unit test case first. Second is write a minimal amount of code to pass the test and then refactor it by adding the needed feature and functionality while continuously making sure the tests pass. And then refactoring. Refactoring has the word suggests is restructuring or reconstructing existence. In XP, over a period of a time, the team product a lot of working code and it increases the complexity and the contribution technical debate. To avoid this, we should consider the below points. Ensure codes or functions are not duplicate. Ensures all variable in scope defined and used. No longer functions or methods. Removing unnecessary stuff and variables and then proper use of access modifier. By refactoring the programmers, look to improve the overall code qualities and make it more readable without altering its behavior. Okay, well, now I'm passing to Tari to continue the other 6 XP practices.
Thank you, Sujasri. So the first is pair programming. The pair programming consists of two programmers operating on the same code and unit test cases on the same system, which is one display and one keyboard. One programmer plays the pilot role and focuses on clean code and compiles and runs. The second one plays the role of navigator and focuses on the big picture and reviews code for improvement or refactoring. Every hour or given a period of time, this pair is allowed to switch roles so that the pilot will play the role of navigator and vice versa. The pairs of pilots and navigators are also not fixed and they are frequently swapped. The main benefits of that over a period of time is that everyone gets to know about the code and functionality of this pair programming. So second is collective ownership. Collective ownership. By following pair programming practices, the extreme programming team always takes collective ownership of code. Success or failure is a collective effort and there is no blame game. There is no one key player here, so if there is a bug or issue, then any developer can be called to fix. The third is continuous integration. Continuous integration is in extreme programmer developers do pairs programming on local versions of the code. There is a need to integrate changes made every few hours or on a daily basis. So far, after every code compilation and build, we have to integrate it where all the tests are executed automatically for the entire project. If the tests fail, they are fixed then and there so that any chance to defect, propagation, and further problems are avoided with minimum downtime. The team can use continuous integration tools like Jenkins, Shippable, Integrity, Azure DevOps, pipelines, and etc. So the next one is 40 hours a week. In extreme programming, developments is high in communication and boosts impressive speed. Developers are working in an environment where the stress of change is ever present. Working on extreme programming projects means consistently driving quality and performance throughout the life of the project. How do you maintain quality with overtime heavy teams? The answer is you can't. Defect rates begin to climb, tempers flare, and communication deteriorates. Remembering that an XP, which is extreme programming, core principle is that quality of work can never be promised. We are going to have to control how many hours developers clock and still maintain high standard. The next one is on-site customer. This is a similar role as product owner in Scrum. On-site customer plays a major role here and is responsible for crafting the vision, defining user stories and acceptance criteria, the definition of done, and release planning. They are the experts who know the domain of product and know how to generate a return of investment by delivering the minimum viable product. If the on-site customer role is not full-time, the role can be filled with product manager, product owner, UI UX designers, and business analysts who are called proxies. The word on-site implies that the customers or their proxies sit together with the rest of a team to ensure the communication flows freely. So the last one is coding standard. Organization want their programmers to hold to some well-described and the standard style of coding called coding standards. It is a guidelines for the development teams as in extreme programming. Since there are multiple programming pairs at play, coding standards are very useful to make consistency in code, style, naming conversion, exception handling, and use to parameters. The standards must define and agreed before the team starts the coding. It will make the coding simple to understand and help detect the problem or issue quickly and also increase the efficiency of the software. So the next one is stakeholders. So they got 5 holders, which is project managers, shareholders, consumer, company managers, and the developers. So the shareholders needs and wills. Shareholders needs increase in share price and also their needs company to release good software. So shareholders risks decrease the share price and also company goes bankrupt. So next will be continued by Sujashree.
Thank you, Dani. So the third is consumer. The consumer needs software that it fits or fits for a purpose, and then value for money, extendable software. For the consumer, risk are software not fit for purpose, software can be adapted for purpose, and then software out of warranty or support. The last is user don't like the software. And then company manager. Company manager needs increase in sales of product. And then the risk is competition in the market and then drop in a sale. That's all from us. Thank you, madam.